Well. We are live a little bit earlier than normal this morning. I thought I'd drag myself out of bed quarter of an hour earlier to try and get live for 7 a.m. And, here we are. All helped by the fact that it's bright and sunny outside at 7 a.m. in the morning in the UK. So that's pretty cool. It's good to see you, Owen. It's good to see you, the Galactic Cantina. I'm just going to tweet, if that's okay, to say that we're live. Live now. For the hashtag FPL. Ooh. Hashtag FPL Game Week 32 deadline stream. Just going to tweet a link. Morning, Glenn. Morning, AJ. Morning, Abbas. Morning from Toronto. Nice one, mate. It must be, what's the time in Toronto at the moment? It must be really late. I bet you spending the last of your day with me. Just going to tweet my stream. Bear with, guys. I'm pleased to say my throat is largely recovered from Bristol City's last-minute winner to get ourselves into the playoffs. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, let us know what you're doing in your FPL teams, guys. Graham saying, good morning. Good to see you. I transferred out Cliver and bought Rogers. I really don't know, mate. I've got a couple bits of uncertainty in my team at the moment, right? Around Rogers and Saka. And what minutes do you think these guys are going to play? Well, I mean, how many minutes is Rogers going to play? And how many minutes is Saka going to play? Obviously, Saka played on Tuesday night. He plays 5:30 against Brentford. Rogers played on Wednesday night. He plays 3 p.m. today against Southampton. So I think, for me, those are both games where you could see the players rotated. Both games you could see them rotated. Asensio had a rest in the Champions League, didn't he? So he could play in the Premier League. It's really uncertain. I'm going to do a couple polls, if that's all right. We're going to start, because I think most people think Saka's going to be benched. Is Rogers going to start? That's the question. We'll start that poll, see what people think. Yeah, mate, we're live a little bit early. I decided to get out of bed at early to do a stream. It's light in the UK as well, so yeah, that's rather nice. A little bit easier to get out when you're doing that. Good to see you, Crew Ploppy. Hope life is all good in Thailand, my mate. Utility Massage, good to see you. Palmer in for Alanga. I'm not sure I would... It depends what your transfer plans are, but I'm not... Just with the doubles coming up, I'm not sure I'd bring in Palmer right now. If I had him, I'd be very content, but I'm not sure now is the time to... Now is the time to buy Palmer. I'm not sure about that. Anmol, start Guardiola or Saliba. I always do this in the morning because I'm staring at a bright light. Well, you can see on my team, mate. That's my decision so far. Oh, Crew, mate. It was probably my best moment as a football fan on Tuesday night. It was absolutely unbelievable. I've been ill this week. I haven't let on in my videos, but I've been pretty ill this week. Tuesday was the worst day of it all. I dragged myself down to the stadium. I wasn't feeling great at all. And, look what happened. I couldn't miss that game. I couldn't miss it. Thoughts, mate. Triple captain Isak will take a -4 hit in game week 36 for a potential Haaland triple captain. I just triple captain Isak this week. Someone asked about that as well. I just give it to Isak. Put me. I have 4 doubles. Do you think I need more? I've got 6. It depends who you feel like you're missing. Are there particular players you feel like you're missing? Need advice. I played my wildcard in 30, put Foden in, and got Saka. I'm thinking Foden to Asensio, bench boost in 33, free hit 34. Do think Asensio plays today. I suppose you could do worse than Foden to Asensio, couldn't you? My gut says I do have a sneaking suspicion you can roll. Have a quick look at the fixtures. The thing is with Asensio is I feel like he carries the same issues as Rodgers does. Right, so they've got Southampton Villa today, 3 o'clock, sorry. Villa PSG on Tuesday, so that's a quick turnaround. And they're losing. But Asensio got benched in the first leg because he plays for PSG. Villa then play Newcastle 5:30 on Saturday. And then they were away at Man City on the Tuesday. And obviously they got the Cup semi-finals. It's a tough one. I think, here's my answer then. The best transfer for you, if you were to make a transfer, is Foden to Asensio. Definitely, that's the transfer you should make. But it's not a question of... it's not necessarily... well, that's answer the question of what's the best transfer if you were to make one. But there's also a question of, is it worth using the transfer? And I think if you're bench boosting in 33, it kind of backs it up. I might consider it. I'm thinking of buying Asensio next week, but again, I'm not filled with certainty about his minutes, to be honest. Saka or Bowen? Ooh. Saka or Bowen, that is interesting. We'll go and have a look, see if you've got any Saka-ation. Look, Saka. Yeah, so official report from Arteta is that Declan Rice and Saka are fit. It's so hard to nail it down, mate. I think I play Savinho. Vaseline, I think I play Guardiola, mate. I don't trust the Villa defence, even though I've got Konsa. I'm not sure I would. Ed, that's so tough. What does the chat think on Saka or Bowen? You know what? I'll probably give it Bowen. I think Cunha will be straight in the 11, mate, because it was only a suspension. He wasn't injured or anything. So I think Cunha is straight in the team. Would you start Savinho over Saka? It's another one. I'd put Savinho in the same sort of... There's so many bloody coin flip calls. I'm going to do a coin flip. I'm doing a virtual coin flip for you. Right, heads is... I'm closing my eyes because the coin is flipping now. Heads is Savinho, tails is Saka. It's landed on tails. The Google coin flip landed on tails. I'd start Raya over Martinez, mate. I just don't like the Villa defence. I say that as someone who owns Konsa, but I've got him for a double game week. I'm just not massive on Villa defence. Kanate versus Guardiola versus Saliba. Gut feel says Saliba, mate. I'm going to triple captain Isak. I wouldn't. I think the fact that you are triple captain in Isak is differential enough. Oh, Wolves manager confirmed. Interesting. I didn't realise that. Oh, Ed. Heads is Bowen, tails is Saka. The coin never lies. No Wolves manager. Yeah, that's interesting. Fair enough. I didn't realise that. My apologies. Yeah, I'd be uncertain about Gordon too. The thing is, when you do a comparison, right, of Gordon versus Murphy, not only are obviously Murphy's minutes better than Gordon's, He's also got better non-penalty underlying data. So from open play, he's more dangerous. And, well, Gordon, if he plays, is not going to be taking penalties this week. So I'd stick with Murphy. I'm on free hit 33 as opposed to 30. Okay. Still haven't had a second goalkeeper for my bench boost, which will be in 36. Take a chance and buy Henderson for this week's double or improve my team for Gameweek. Yeah. Thing is with Dean Henderson, mate, is how many points is he realistically getting against Man City away and Newcastle away? I just wouldn't back it, mate. I think you're fine to roll. Yeah, Petri we are, aren't we? I thought I'd go live early, treat the people. Hopefully that helps you, Ed. Cheers, Gio. Do you think Aston Villa have a chance? Yes. Yes, I do. They're only 2 goals behind. But PSG and Barcelona are the 2 best teams I've seen so far in the Champions League. Factually. I don't think anyone can deny that either. I think they're the 2 best teams in the competition. Bear with, guys. Bear with. Sorry, folks, just had a phone call from my mum. Right, I'm just going to... 2 secs. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Palmer will halt. Yeah, as a non-Palmer owner, I am a little bit worried. Feels bad putting Rodgers on the bench. Have to bench Marmouche instead. Nah. I play Marmouche over Rodgers this week if I had the choice. Marmouche is probably going to take free kicks. He's probably going to be on penalties. And with Haaland being out, I just don't see a way in which he doesn't start. Whereas Rodgers, I don't know if he plays. Max, entirely depends upon your teammate. I don't have enough context to answer that question. I'm not playing a chip. Got 6 doublers, but red arrow. Yeah, but some weeks you're just kind of running into a red arrow. I don't think you're red arrow. It depends what rank you are, I guess, Carl. Bench boost with Verbruggen, Timber, Rodgers, and Konza. Verbruggen. Timber. No, because I don't know if half of them will start. So I wouldn't do it. I'd do it in 33 if you can, mate. Am I crazy if I go for Salah captain? No, you're not crazy, but I just don't see how he's better than Isak this week. So I've got something on Assistant Manager, actually. This should be it. There we go. So this is this week's Assistant Manager points projections, according to Rob T FPL on X. Eddie Howe's top. Glasner in second. For me, though, I would always say this. I would always chase the upside of the bonus. So I think this week Glasner is the best assistant manager. And there's a little comparison between 2, if you're interested. So there's like odds. Does this make sense? So there are odds for them to score low versus score high. And you can see there, you know, there's a chance that Glasner scores poorly, but there's also a 21% chance that he gets lots of points. So that's who I would assistant manager Howe or Glasner. And personally, I would chase the upside of the table bonus. And then I'd have Glasner next week as well. because they have 2 doubles in a row. That's what I do. And I think Glasnow has more points potential than Sarr or Munoz, for example. Not Mateta. I wouldn't pick him over Mateta, but I'd pick him over Munoz or Sarr, I think. I think I would. Should we do some score predictions, ladies and gents? Here we are. Here's what I've got. So Man City playing Crystal Palace. I've got Man City winning that one 2-1. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I need to brighten up my screen a little bit. It's a bit too dark. There we go. So yeah, I've got Man City winning that one 2-1. Brighton and Leicester. I've got Brighton winning 2-0. Forest Everton. I've got Forest winning that one 1-0. Interested to know what you guys think of that in the comments. Villa, I think they beat Southampton 2-0. I do. And people were asking me if they should start Konsa. Even though I'm predicting Villa to keep a clean sheet, I just don't know who's going to play for them. Arsenal, I think they beat Brentford. But I do think Brentford score. I've got a feeling Mbumo does something. Mbumo and Wissa are too dangerous, really. I think they'll do something. Chelsea, I actually think they keep a clean sheet against Ipswich. I've gone 2-0. Same for Liverpool. Wolves, Spurs, I've gone for a 2-2 draw between those two. Newcastle 1, Man United 1. I think. Is that a fair score? Yeah, I think that's a fair score. Bournemouth 2, Fulham 2, and Newcastle 2, Crystal Palace 2. Those are the scores that I've gone for. So yeah, let me know in the old chat what you think of them. Why don't you play Guardiola over Saliba? Because I do think, in terms of my opinion on who's more likely to keep a clean sheet, the answer is Arsenal. And I've got 2 players in my team facing Guardiola. So if Arsenal keep a clean sheet and Man City don't, I'm very well rewarded. That was you had some good swallowing on camera there, didn't you? Newcastle going to win v Man U. We'll see, my man. We'll see. We'll see. Just going to see if we've got any info. GM Batra is he's triple captain in Mateta this week, which is interesting. Sorry, I'm sneezing. There we go. Just checking Twitter off screen a sec. I got no news. Early kickoff puts me off the Egyptian prince. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. As an investor myself, Abbas, I would agree with you. But the thing is, stocks they go through a cycle every sort of 5 years where something mental happens and they go up and they go down. And every single time, including during a global pandemic, they recovered. And they did that after COVID, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do it again. So they've been crazy, but you just buy and hold, my mate. You buy and hold. I don't see why anyone makes more points than Salah this week, but I'm scared for the ownership of Isak. I think Isak's going to do better than Salah this week, mate. Early kickoff puts me off starting. It depends, Mike Will. Who are your other options? Do you think Rodgers will be rotated? Don't know. Don't know, mate. You can see the poll. I have no idea. I have, as you'll accept, Rodgers as Konsa. Should I bring in only one from Aston? No, I'd leave it this week, mate. Don't make a transfer this week. Bobutak, good to see you, my friend. What to do with Foden? What's the latest on Foden? Have we had a quote on him? A quick look. Have we had a Foden quote? Oh, he's a doubt, is he? Okay. Foden is a doubt. Interesting. I'd consider Asensio. Yeah, Duncan, good to see you, my mate. It's tough, isn't it? You can see you can see in my team the decision I've made on that, mate. But it's tough. It's tough, man. I need to put a jumper on. Actually, it's gotten a little bit too chilly in my room. Bear with. Cheers, FPL Diamond. Good to see you, my mate. It's been a little while since I've had you in a chat, isn't it? So just putting a jumper on. There we go. Oh. Do you think Newcastle? Yeah, I think they got a chance. But there'll be five teams that get into the Champions League next year. I'm not sure about Rashford, mate. I'm not sure. Let's see what FPL Villain has to say. Bear with. We'll have a look at FPL Villain. Sometimes he doesn't even know, though. This is what he thinks. So Watkins, Ramsey. It's really uncertain, isn't it? Thank you, Abbas. I appreciate that. Me too, Owen. Me too. And I'm also really unsure on the Arsenal team. Let's see what Arsenal fans jump the wave. Here we are. It's not good news. It's not good news. So the Arsenal fans, they've got Saka at 7%. 7% to start against Brentford. All of them say Saliba's going to play. All of them say Raya's going to play. But just 7% think he's going to play against Brentford. And also Rodgers is not predicted to start either. So I'm in a bit of a hole here. Did he have Konsa starting? He didn't have Konsa starting either, I think. Quick look at Villain again. He had Konsa 50-50. Oh, that's not good enough for me. Not good enough. I can't risk 50-50. Did we do this? Do I do that? But are Man City, are they really going to keep a clean sheet against Crystal Palace? It's tough, man. What about Trossard? I mean, you have to go back, mate. He'll be on the grid, I imagine, won't he? Have a quick look. It was 100%. Trossard is expected to start. I don't mind Conor Bradley. Asensio in for Foden for a hit. Oh, God. Who else do you have that you can start, mate? Is buying Asensio worth a punt? I think it could be. Can I afford him? I can afford him. I can. But then I've got... I think I might do Rodgers to Asensio as my transfer, you know? Think about it. I wanted to bring in Asensio next week anyway for my bench boost in 33. If I do Rodgers to Asensio this week, I could buy Rodgers back for Murphy next week if I wanted to. But I just think you target in Southampton away. Asensio is... I think he's been Villa's best player since he signed. I really do. What do you guys think of that? Just doing Rodgers to Asensio. Feels mad, doesn't it? What do we think? Rodgers to Asensio? I'm going to see what FPL review says. I'm going to use FPL review. Let's have a see what that says. Have Saka, Foden, Concert on bench, or hit Foden to Asensio, or play Milenkovic and play for. Yeah, it's all tough, man. I just know Asensio's going to haul today, though. Probably does, doesn't he? Concert to Bradley makes more sense. Really? But then Concert's got a double next week. And I'm bench boosting next week for context. What we usually do on big transfer decisions like this is do the quiz halfway through my decision making, so I have a distraction. Oh. Okay. It clearly doesn't like me today. Why is FPL review opened up like that? There we go. Sorry, folks. I can't actually see the chip timing. Free hit 34, bench boost 33. What's that saying? Downloaded my solve results. Yeah, didn't work. Saying concert to Estupinian. Concert to Bradley. Sorry, I wasn't reading the chat then. I was focusing on my team. I want to do Palmer. I wouldn't do that, Insane Gamer. Those log, he came on at 45 in the last game, didn't he? Yeah, you got to pray for Gordon, I think. Yeah, Foden's not going to start. Get rid of Munoz or Sarr to bring in Glasner. Munoz. Oh. Yeah. No, I get rid of Sarr. Yeah, Nick, we need to get a coffee. My plan is to do the quiz and then run and make a coffee during the quiz. Foden to Asensio. Yeah, I think that move makes sense. I think Rodgers might play. He even starts in inconsequential matches. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Claudette, good to see you. Would you sell Munoz to Nico Williams to play Glasner? I have Eze and Mateta. I think I'd sell Eze. And the thing is, if you do the sale of the Palace asset, you get Glasner for 2 weeks. So I'd probably do that. I would always chase the upside with the assistant manager of the table bonus. Good to see you, Roberto. I hope you're keeping well, mate. Sorry about the result of the weekend. And I'm pretty sure the player that got injured against Bristol City, in the 10 minutes I saw him, mate, he looked like by far and away your best player. So I imagine he is probably your best player. So I hope he's back soon for you. I probably prefer Conor Bradley, actually. More attacking. Having a crisis. I do. Either playing Canate. I'd play Canate. Tips for a sore throat. Strepsils, drink lots, ride it out. That's the tip. Start Guardiola or Saliba. Saliba for me, he's in my team. Hang on, you can't see it. There's my team. We're not going to get rid of Rodgers. We're just going to ride it. We're going to ride it out. I should probably do this, shouldn't I? It's good to see you, Alex, mate. I hope you're keeping well. It's been a little while since I had you on a deadline stream. You were there with me and Tom in the week. I really enjoyed that stream I did with Tom in the week. It was a bit of a new experience. It's been a while since I've hosted something with someone else on. So I feel like I was a little bit rusty. Wasn't checking the chat probably as much as I should have done. So sorry if I didn't say hello to you on that one. I remember you being there. Good to see you, mate. All of your questions, Anmol, have just been answered by looking at my team. I would start Saliba and Guardiola. Aston Villa has a game every 3 days. Yep. I think I'll go in Rodgers. I won't touch Rodgers. Yeah. Should I sell Gordon for Murphy? When are Newcastle's games? Sunday, Wednesday. So I guess here's the answer to your question, right? So, do you think do you think Gordon plays on Sunday? And if he doesn't play on Sunday, is there enough time between Sunday and Wednesday where a player could make a recovery and start? That's the question. Personally, I don't think he starts on Sunday. I don't think they need him desperately in the team. And then you've also got the issue of, if he doesn't play on Sunday, does he play on Wednesday? And then they've got the FA Cup semi-final at the weekend. Actually, no, that's a lie. Are they in the FA Cup semi-final? No, they're not. So they don't. They're just back in the Premier League again. My mistake. See what I mean? That's the thinking you probably need to get in. Indeed was busy. Oh, good. Well, glad to have you back, mate. I hope it was all a good busy. Martinez for Southampton away. Raya for me. I think Villa will rotate their defence. Palmer versus Savinio. Palmer. 100% Palmer. Do you think Watkins or Saka will start? I think Watkins plays. Don't think Saka does. Saka versus Elanga. I'd go Elanga. Gordon, best possibility, cameo off the bench. Yeah, I think that's fair. Would you play Milenkovic over Guardiola? I'd consider it, yeah. Rodgers for next week is my plan. Villa could be out of Europe by then, so they'll focus. That's true. That is true. Would you do it? Yeah, if they're out of the Prem. If they're out of the Champions League. Yeah, that's true. Would you do a -4 to go from Son to Rodgers? I think it's too unsure, mate. I'd stick with Son. But then Son's minutes are unsure as well, aren't they? I'd probably stick with him. It's a good question, Corner Shopify, but for me, I always prefer starting attackers over defenders. And because he's playing centre back, he's not really going to get any attacking returns. And do you think Guardiola's keeping a clean sheet against Crystal Palace? Be honest. I don't think he does. Who to start, Saliba or Guardiola? You see my team, bro. I'm only joking. Good to see you, my friend. I would start Saliba, mate, because he's in my team. Differential to watch this weekend. I think it could be Estupinian. If you're unsure, yeah, I've already answered that one. Blooming Spurs, so unpredictable. Yeah. That's what Spurs do. Opinions on selling Palmer to Mbumo, Gameweek 33. No. Why would you buy Mbumo for a single game week when other teams have a double? It is 7:36 a.m. in my country. Saka or Guardiola first bench. Third option is Milenkovic. I put Guardiola first bench, mate. Diamond, you can. Good to see you, Liam. You going to QPR today? I'm very jealous of those travelling, but I've got things going on in my life that keep me at home, I'm afraid, today. But yeah. What a week to be a Bristol City fan, man. Hopefully I'll catch you on Good Friday. What are you doing up at 2:34 a.m. watching a deadline stream, eh? Come on. Going to Cardiff for a stag do. Absolutely massive, mate. What's the plan? Where are you going to end up? Have you been to Cardiff many? I've been out in Cardiff probably because all my friends went to uni there. I've been out in Cardiff probably over 100 times in my life now. I know it very well, mate. I'd recommend the Philharmonic if you've not been there before. That's pretty rowdy. You think Spurs can qualify v Frankfurt? Yeah. No, they don't have Marmouche, yeah. Guardiola or Milenkovic to start. I'd actually go Milenkovic, you know. No, insane. Why are you selling Palmer? Bro, you make the maddest FPL decisions and then complain that you get them wrong. Why are you buying? I don't get it. It's a double game week and you're buying Bruno Fernandes. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. Cheers, FPL Diamond. We'll get a look in a sec. You're chasing rank, Kim. You're not going to do that with Bruno Fernandes when he's got a single when other players have a double. What if Palmer scores a hat-trick today against Ipswich? What are you going to do then? It's true, Claudette, but I don't know. I still think he's Cole Palmer at the end of the day. Liam, that is That is the question, and I think it's a question that's impossible to answer. I really do. I have no idea. Ask me which Villa players play. I have no idea. The bandwagon, indeed. We like Asensio, Claudette. I prefer next week's bench boost, I think. Yeah, I think I prefer next week's bench boost. I was looking at Villa, wasn't I? No one basically. The Villa predicted I've seen. FPL Villain is unquestionably the top predictor for the Aston Villa lineup, right? He's number one. And over the last few weeks, he's got it wrong because it's been really hard to predict the Villa lineup. And this week, I mean, the percentages here say he is pretty unsure as to how they're going to line up. That's what he thinks, but no one really knows. I wish I could be more helpful. Sell Rogers to Asensio. Yeah, you've seen. I was actually thinking about that. Good to see Eric, triple captain. If you've got it, I'd use it this week. How about Liverpool's defender? Not too bad, yeah. I do think Liverpool kind of. I was going to say they have kind of retracted a little bit in recent weeks. Ipswich can be unpredictable. Right. But they're 18th and they're getting relegated. So, good morning, Gunners Girl and Biddy. See again. Once again, I'm really sorry. I have forgotten your name and remembered your dog's name. I'm benching Saka and it makes you feel sick. He's second on my bench at the moment. Buy Howell Glasner. I would always chase the upside and buy Glasner, mate. News about Mitoma. Let's have a look. Interesting. Well, I've seen a few people predict Mitoma not to start. Ah, there we go. Carol Matoma is a doubt, so yeah, I wouldn't bother with him. Savinio to start. I think I'd play him, yeah. I just don't know on Savinio. I think he should start, but I don't know if he will. I'm wanting to sign Asensio for Foden. Yeah. Well, it just depends on your chip strategy. Because I do think bringing in Asensio, because he's going to play, I think, against Southampton. I think bringing in Asensio this week is the right call. I do. Because then, even if he doesn't get mega minutes during the double game week, I think he's still better than Foden. I would probably do Foden to Asensio. Would you start Raya over Martinez if you? I think I would. I also have Rogers. Oh, sorry. I also have Saka and Alanga. Worth doing. Alanga to Rogers. Alanga to Rogers. No, I'm uncertain about Rogers' minutes. I would probably play Verbruggen over Raya, yeah. Triple captain on Murphy if chasing rank. And also, love a good differential. You do. The thing is, mate, I think it's valid to consider it, but I also think just triple captain and Isak is differential enough. No one knows. Is it pronounced Enwen? Is that correct? Hopefully I've got that right. I don't know, mate. That is the rumour, but no one can really, you cannot predict exactly when a player is going to return from injury. Bench Bruno versus Newcastle or Strand Larson versus Tottenham. Strand Larson for me. Should I start Canate or Guardiola? Canate. I heard yeah, we've gone through that one. Yeah, I would play Verbruggen. Claudette, I would. Hopefully I've alleviated some of your 2 a.m. decision making. Do I sell Bruno Fernandes to Asensio? Not this week. Ooh. And I've got to take out Murphy. I would leave it this week. Just sit on your hands. Barnes. No, I wouldn't buy Harvey Barnes. Start 1. Saliba, Milenkovic, Guardiola. Saliba. Luca. Will do, my friend. Would you bench Son, Saka, or Marmoush? Saka. Morning, Tom. I hope you're doing well too, Cortex, my mate. I have Foden and Saka. By the way, I haven't asked for this yet. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream. We have done some score predictions. There we go. There's your score predictions. You're calling it too damn early. We are, well, I'm a swimmer, so we do early mornings. That's what we do. I'm going to start the quiz in a second, if that's all right, guys. We're at 7:43. I'll start the quiz in a sec. And then I'm going to go and make a quick coffee, if that's all right. Thanks, Claudette. I appreciate your support. Would you go Son to Concer this week or next week? I don't understand that question. That's not a transfer you can make, is it? Well, I'm also predicting Man City 2-1. And I still think Arsenal's clean sheet odds are better than Man City's. I'd consider that, Liam. But I think Savinho does play if Foden's out. We'll go for that in a sec. Right. I'm going to go for the quiz now, ladies and gents. And then while we do the quiz, I'm going to run around the flat and make a coffee. So the first quiz question, we got 5 in total. The first question is, who was the top scoring player in Gameweek 31? I'm going to go and get a coffee. Let's see what everyone's answers are. Murphy. The answer. Unlucky anyone that said Murphy. That's why I put it, because I thought a lot of people would say Murphy. The answer was actually Brennan Johnson. He scored 18 points in Game Week 31. So well done everyone that said Brennan Johnson. If there were a few. So well done if you did. Sorry, we were just nipped away for a coffee. Then we actually lost We lost 50 viewers when I went away for a coffee. Then that's a shame. Oh well, I need my coffee. Next question. Who's that? Have a guess. I've just got to pour the boiling water into my coffee, and then we're done. That's pretty quick. Cheers all. We've got an FPL mug on the go. Also, due to the illness that I've had this week, you might be able to guess what it's been, but I can't have any dairy for the next week, so I'm on the black coffees now. And actually, you know what? I've grown to quite enjoy it. I've grown to quite enjoy the old black coffee. It is instant coffee. I got to say, I'm not really much of a coffee connoisseur, and also, like, God, I think my flat's pretty nice, but unfortunately, the kitchen worktop is not very big, so there's only room for some kitchen things. So I can't have a coffee machine basically for some posh coffee. Dan, it's gonna be John Terry one day. Honestly, mate, every time I do these quiz questions, I forget that you keep saying John Terry. I need to surprise you at one point, don't I? It is Liam Delap. Someone said Delap, and I'm very impressed that someone got Delap. Yeah, it's Liam Delap. It's says that. I thought that would catch some people out. It's quite good, isn't it? He's on course for scoring 15 goals this season, so I don't think he's like a under the radar player as such. I thought that was quite a good question. The questions are good this morning, I think. They're like, what am I trying to say? The answers are like well-known players, but they're dubious questions. Okay, this is a bit more of a guess, I suppose. We did this for Gameweek 30 as well, but because I played my wildcard, I thought I'd be interested. So the answer, the answer is one or more because I used it last week. How many wildcards were played in Gameweek 31? And I'll give you a point if you get it to the nearest 10,000. Well done, everyone that said that. I drank copious amounts of black coffee at uni. I smelled like a barista. I do like the smelling of. I do like the smelling. I do like the smell of coffee. To be fair, there are worse things to smell of. Most people smell of booze at uni. To be fair, I guess that could be worse. Yeah, it's a bit of a guess one. I know it's a bit of a guess one. It's a bit of a guess. The answer is 476,000. And I think Track Map might have cheated because he answered it. Interesting. If he got it, mate, if that was an honest answer, fair enough. But I'm dubious that you answered it so quickly. But yeah, well done, mate. It was 476,000. So well done, anyone that said, I'll give you 470k or 480k. Actually, you get 460 as well, because yeah. 460, 70 or 80 would be correct. Okay. Got another silhouette. Who's that? Who is It's all good, Trap, man. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Got to resize it. There we go. I've noticed that. Oh, that's a shame. All like the. It's really annoying me now. All the screens on my graphics are like cut off at the bottom. You see at the top, there's like a gap between the square and the top of the screen, but the bottom is not. Something happened there. I need to fix that. Do you know what, Alexandru? I met John Terry's brother. You won't believe this, but he used to play for Yeovil Town. This is John Terry's brother. Look. I met him because my school went to visit Yeovil Town Football Club. And John Terry's brother used to play for them. And when I was in school, I'm pretty sure it was him, alongside Terry Skiverton, who used to be their captain. We met Paul Terry. He's pretty. I think he played quite a lot of games for them, actually. He did play 135 games. So yeah, that might be quite interesting. Oh, you can't see that, but I was showing you a screen share. But I met this guy. This is John Terry's brother. I met him. There you go, John Terry's brother. Anyway, we need to make sure we go through the screens without giving the answers away. So I'm going to go through one by one. There we go. There's the question. Sorry, there was a lot of screen movement there. Apologies, guys. Answer is Livramento. Well done, everyone that said Livramento. I thought the hair on the reason I went for him is I thought the hair on the silhouette would look like a kind of afro hair, but it's not, obviously. Livramento. And finally then, last question. How many clean sheets were kept last week? Please let John Terry's brother be Terry Terry. Well done, Alex. Yeah, you can definitely see the semblance, can't you? I agree. Good morning from sunny Saudi. Has your opinion changed on George Earthy? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I do like him. Very likeable player. The only thing I would say about him is I'm not sure this is going to sound really harsh to him, right? It's going to sound really harsh to him. He works so hard, and in the championship, right, you can get away with not doing much, creating much in open play. You can get away with that if you work hard and like press, win the ball up high, etc., etc. You can do that in the championship and get away with it. But to be fair, he has, in the last few games, he has been really good on the ball as well as working really hard. So yeah, I guess my opinion's definitely changed him. I like him. But it'd be interesting to see what happens next season. I wouldn't say he's ready for Premier League football next season. So maybe we could have him on loan again from you. But yeah, I don't think you get much use out of him next season. I would say he's still a year away from being a useful Premier League player, would be my personal opinion. The best Newcastle defender for me is Burn. Burn for minutes. By the way, the answer to this question is 5. The answer to this question is 5. Yeah, I think, honestly, even if we end up being promoted this season, I still don't think he's good enough to really play in the Premier League, to be honest. I know I say this about all of Bristol City players, right? Liam will probably agree with me. If we go up this season, we would be, in my mind, the worst Premier League team in history. We would. And I wouldn't care. I'd be very happy. I wouldn't have any expectations if we went up. I'd be like, oh, we're going straight back down, but we'll get to have Premier League teams play football at Ashton Gate. I just hope they wouldn't sack the manager, because there's nothing he can do to make this team do well in the Premier League. This team needs like $500 million spent on it to compete in the Premier League. When you look at the quality of all of the other Premier League teams at the moment, yeah, Bristol City would be the worst in history. Three out of five. Yeah, what did you guys get in the quiz, by the way? Sorry, I didn't even ask that. And by the way, leave a like rating on the stream if you haven't already. Claudette will call you a bum otherwise. I'm 44k overall, brother. Not too bad, is it? There are obviously people doing better than me, but yeah, there you go. Ah, well, you're calling people bums and you get 0 out of 5 on the quiz. That doesn't add up, does it? I didn't answer that question, Cortex. I think it could be Estupinian. Freddie, yes, we'll do some members team reviews. So by the way, I'm not going to do at this stage. I'm not going to do non-member team reviews just yet, because it's one of the benefits you get for signing up to the Golden Goal channel as a member. Is every deadline stream I will review your team. Something I do as a member, as a priority. So I'll do some non-member team reviews if we get to. Let's see how many likes we're on. I will do some non-member team reviews if we hit. See what we're on in terms of likes. Bear with. If we hit 150 likes, I'll do some non-member team reviews. So I've just got to log into Draft Town a second, ladies and gents. In fact, I could do Fantasy Football Hub, couldn't I? Bear with. Sorry, my laptop's being funky. We can do some non-member team reviews, and I'm going to use Fantasy Football Hub. And if you want to sign up to Fantasy Football Hub, there is a link in the description below. So hopefully you can see that. We'll just zoom in one more. There we go. So if I do Freddie's team, import your FPL team. Freddie's team is 69618. So this is Freddie's team, apparently. Great tool, the hub. Oh dear, Claudette. You're digging yourself a hole on this chat, aren't you? What would I do here? Nothing. Mate, I think this starting 11 is really good. You're kind of forced to bench Marmouche here, aren't you? Reluctantly. It's just your bench doesn't have much defensive cover. But I think all three of the defenders you're picking are going to start. Your goalkeeper's going to start. Your midfield 5 are going to start. Your sub-goalkeeper's got Southampton. I think it all works quite fine, mate. I wouldn't do anything with the team. And I think I'd bench Marmouche. I think it makes sense, right? Because the only single game week players you have are Salah and Palmer. You can't start Marmouche over any of them, can you? I could. I'm not going to ask any more questions, Claudette. No, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole because you are awake at 3 a.m. talking about those tools. I won't go any further. All right, Joker. Nice rank, man. Yeah, if any other members want to send me their... I'm trying to forget that last conversation. If any members want to send me their FPL IDs, then feel free. This is your time. This is your time to get your team reviewed, if you want. Hey, I'm not judging Claudette here, but... Dan's done it. Dan's done the judging for me. Kaftan, good to see you, my friend. Bruno, Saka, and Mbumo, please choose in order to start. Bruno, Saka, and Mbumo. Refer to my score predictions. Bruno, Mbumo, Saka. That'd be my order. My rank aim, I'd love to be in the top 10k, but I don't think it's possible. So we did. Oh, that's Freddie's team. I'd love to finish in the top 10k. I'd love to. I said we'll do. I don't want to use the word public, but it kind of is public. We'll do public team reviews once we hit 150 likes. Someone might have to let me know when we do that though, because I can't see my likes on screen. Hi everyone, good morning and good luck for this game week. Good to see you top 10 travel, my friend. We're just doing members team IDs at the moment, and we'll what we're gonna do? What am I trying to say? We'll do non-members when we hit 150 likes. So you can play a part in that 150 likes, Claudette. Just saying. What? I've been signed out of FPL. Fantastic. Right, bear with. Bear with, guys. I got signed out. There we go. We're back in. I did miss yours, Gunner's Girl. I didn't see it though. I didn't miss it because it wasn't there. But we will have a look. Three 7 5 2 0 6 0. Oof. What's the oof, bro? So this is Gunner's Girl's team. I've forgotten your name. I do apologise. I am a little bit unsure here. Crown is benching Saka and risking a Savinho start, and that's what I'm in between on your team. That's what I'm in between at the moment. It's whether to start Savinho or Saka. Should we leave it to the chat? What do you think, chat? In this team that you're looking at right now, Gunners Girls team, would you start Savinho or Saka? Hopefully this is your team. I think it should be. Just wait for the Man City league. Yeah. That's a very... Amanda, I'm not your team. We have absolutely done you in, haven't we? I got your name wrong again. And I got your team wrong. 375 2060. Right? That's the team it's showing me. Have you sent me the right ID? Three 2060. Right, isn't it? Yeah. What's missing here? Might have to help me out. Yeah, this is the team. Yeah, this is it. It has saved because this is 3752060 and it's got Savinho, Saka, all the same players in it. Amanda's going back to the drawing board. I'll go back to my team and then we'll check out Amanda's when she comes back with another ID. It doesn't like you. I don't think it likes you copying and pasting it into the chat for whatever reason. It's me, but not displaying the right. Oh, that's so annoying. We'll try Draft Time then. No worries. Just give us a sec while we log in. Right, we're logged in. Let's go with your team. Where is it? 375. If I'm looking at the same team again, so that is it. What's happened there then? It's showing me that team. What have you done? Have you played your wildcard or something? Oh, what's going on with Draft Time? It's showing me the same team. What's happened here? I don't know what's going on here. What are the differences between this and your team, Amanda? I'm a little confused. So what it will do is remember your team as per the deadline last week. It won't know if you've made any transfers or anything. Like this week, if that makes sense. You give in. I'm really sorry. I'm trying. I'm really trying. If you've got Twitter, you can send it to me, and I'll check it out on there if you like. How does that sound? Yeah, leave a like rating if you're enjoying the stream. It did this last week. You're a glitch. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, if you want to like tweet me your team or something, we can look at it that way. Do you think Saka will play? I think he comes off the bench and plays like 10 minutes, if anything, to be honest, Rob. Thank you, mate. Thank you for all your kind comments on my videos as well. I'm really sorry I can't get to all of them. I'm just busy. I can't. I guess it's a blessing when your channel grows a little bit, but unfortunately, I get too many comments now to reply to every single one. I did always try to reply to every single comment, but it gets harder and harder. And I've had a really big week, lack of work, and been ill. So yeah, apologies, mate. I've seen that you've left loads of lovely comments. I just can't get back to all of them, but I appreciate them all, mate. Oh, Matthew Hadfield, we absolutely love that, mate. How are you getting on, my friend? How's life treating you, mate? It's good to see you. We've been juggling, mate. I won't say where we both work on a live stream, but it's been a juggle over the last few weeks, that's for sure. We've been really busy with loads of bids going on, and it's been crazy. And I've not been very well, so it's all been mental. I don't think I'm in the league of work. It's probably for the best because it doesn't say who we work for there whenever I show it on screen. But I'm pleased to hear it, mate. Well done. What's the prize pot this year? How many did you manage to get in the league? Sure, everyone understands. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. You too, my friend. Bilal, mate. I've done a conditional team review job, right? If we get 150 likes on the stream, I'll do 5 team reviews. Pick up Rob Dickey. Mate, Rob Dickey, I tell you what, Rob Dickey has gotten away with murder for Bristol City over the last few weeks. Absolute murder. He should have got booked. He put in a pretty, what do you call it? I've forgotten the word. You know, like when you bring someone down who's like in behind on a counter attack. Cynical, that was it. He put in a pretty cynical foul against. Who did we get the last minute winner against? Who did we play on Tuesday? You can tell I've been ill because my short-term memory is just like gone, completely gone. I've literally forgotten who we played on Tuesday night. West Brom, of course. He put in a cynical foul there and didn't get booked. And then a couple games before that, he brought down the last man. He was through on goal and got a yellow card for it. So he's gotten away with absolute murder, Blacker. But this is he's playing in his old club this weekend. We got QPR away. Notion vids, mate. You've got to, hey man, when you got to up those objectives, you know. Eze or Sar, that's so tough, mate. Cynical or flagrant. Flagrants, that's an Americanism, that is. You get a flagrant foul in the NBA, don't you? I'm sure there's other like American sports as well where you get a flagrant. Yeah, Matthew, it's really tough this week. Even my team, I'm not sure what to do. If we do that like target, we'll check out your team. If you want to just send me your team on Twitter, I might try and get to it. My Twitter's just down there, by the way, or X. Yeah, mate, it's so tough this week. I've got Rodgers and Saka, who I think there's a chance they both don't start at all. But I think Rodgers is probably going to play more minutes than Saka. So I've gone for Rodgers. Reluctantly, though. I'm not massively confident in him. I did go through a phase called that of being mega into the NBA. It was the first few years when Curry was really like coming into his own for the Warriors. That's when I got into the NBA. Because he basically transformed basketball, didn't he? Let's be honest. I mean, everyone's trying to shoot 3-pointers now. You know what originally got me into the NBA, right, was Curry. I don't know if he still does it, but he plays like a little game with a security guard at where do the Golden State Warriors play? I can't think of where they play. It's not the Staples Center. That's where that's where the Lakers play. Even if it's called that anymore, I don't know. But he played a game before, like during the warm up with the security guard, and I thought, oh, this guy's really cool. And then we got into basketball from there. I would say if I don't know, I don't really follow an NBA team, but I always want the New York Knicks to do quite well. But they've always been rubbish. But I guess they're kind of coming into their own recently. Do you watch the UFC? I follow it, mate. I don't, to be honest. I've stopped watching the NBA. I do football and swimming, and that's about all the time that I have to do sports, to be honest, right now. I used to play five-a-side, but then I got injured. And the five-a-side that we used to play at, people would take it so seriously. Like they would put in fouls that would break someone's leg. Pretty much every game I saw one of my mates get into a tussle with someone where they could have like broken a leg. And it's like Wednesday night, bottom league five-a-side. In some of the teams we would play, people would die to win a five-a-side game. It's crazy. And it would get really violent. We'd get an injury every game. And it just became not worth it. I'm terrible at football, so I played in goal. I actually got quite good in goal, to be fair, at five-a-side, because there are some simple things you can do to make it really hard to score against you as a goalkeeper in five-a-side. So I got quite good at that. But yeah, I've stopped playing. I'm prioritising swimming now. And even then, I'm injured at the moment from swimming. I've done my rotator cuff again. The last year that I properly followed the NBA is when Raptors won the championship with, who did they have? Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, wasn't it? Do you use SQL? I don't even know what that is. Sorry. I don't really do much data analysis, to be honest. I don't know if I should say too much about what I do, but I don't really do much data analysis. QPR can't handle us. I hope so, mate. The thing is, QPR are typically a team that we always really struggle against. Thoughts on Anthony at Real Betis? Honestly, the story of all of these Man United players, apart from Saka, but I think, not Saka, apart from Sancho, but I think Sancho is his his own problem, not the club. It proves that Man United is such a bad environment for players. The fact that Rashford and Antony have left and done better says it all. Best swimming routine for health and fun? Well, for me, I'm a sprinter. So in order to get the best out of training as a sprinter, you need to get some rest in, which is why I've done my rotator cuff, because I've not rested enough. So I do 3 swims, 3 gyms a week, and then have a rest on a Sunday. That's my usual routine. But even then, that's a little bit too much, to be honest, because I've gotten injured from it. So I think 3 swims, 2 gyms is enough with 2 full rest days. I think that's what I'm going to. I think that's what I'm going to do. Who does Kawhi Leonard play for now? Who's he moved to? He was at the Clippers at one point. I watched the NBA when he was at the Spurs, and because he destroyed LeBron in the Heat in one finals, didn't he? And he's like the quietest and most humble, just laid back guy as well, which I really liked about him. Gordon to Murphy, worth a -4. He's still a Clipper, fair enough. Also, just a question to anyone that's talking about the NBA. I really like the sport, but I struggle to sit through a full 4-quarter game because I found it so boring. So I would just watch the highlights and like enjoy the highlights. So that's all I would do. I just watch the highlights because I find actually watching a full game really boring. I don't know how you guys feel. Did you have Kawhi Leonard play for the Raptors then? Is that who you had? So you had Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, and Kawhi. Did you actually have that? Oh, that's why people were saying Kawhi in the chat, because I missed him. I've not come across Kawhi's laugh, to be fair. Good to see you, Kingdom of Kai. How long has it been, man? I remember you. I don't quite know how long it's been, though. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, everyone's got the same team because, well, this is the best team. This is the kind of best team, anyway. DeRozan got traded for Kawhi. Did that really? So they didn't win. That's interesting. There you go. There you go. I did like DeMar DeRozan as well. Is he still playing? He's probably retired now, isn't he? Or he's getting on, I would say. Sell Gordon to Murphy for a 1-week punt. Yeah, I don't hate that move. I've got to say, I don't hate that move. I think Konate's going to play, yeah. He's in Sacramento. Fair enough. That's who played for Sacramento. Oh, DeMarcus Cousins played for Sacramento Kings when I watched the NBA. There you go. That gives you an idea of time frame, I'd imagine. What do you think of bench boost 32 or wait till 33? I'd wait. Sal, Zalanga, Estupinian, Milenkovic. I don't mind it, but it's just a... I'm looking at Gameweek 33 for my bench boost, personally. I agree, John. I couldn't... It's amazing, isn't it? A sport where there's so many points in scoring that goes on, and it's boring because there's too much of it. Yeah, Andrew, I love it, mate. I love assistant manager on Crystal Palace. I think it's strong. You've got to chase the upside. You've got to chase the upside in my mind of that table bonus. If you think 44k is a good rank, which is completely up to you, the sole reason why I'm here in rank is because I used the assistant manager and chased table bonus with it. I picked David Moyes, Unai Emery, and Glasner over 3 weeks, and I scored 54 points from my assistant manager chip in that time. Williams or I would probably pick Rodgers this week, and I'd start Wissa, Notion Vids. I'd start Wissa. Fit with me. Foden to Asensio, punt for the week. Yeah. Yeah, I'd do Foden to Asensio. Yeah, I'm not... I don't want to rip into Max O'Leary. But I've been saying this to my mate all season, right? If we get to a playoff final in Wembley, he will be responsible for a goal that the opposition score. He's not vocal enough. He's not vocal enough, and he makes too many mistakes, and he's in his own head too much. I don't think he's mentally strong enough to be a top goalkeeper, and that's a pretty damning opinion. But that's just factual, in my opinion. I like the guy. I just don't think he's good enough. Quite simply, he is the first player I would change if we got to the Premier League was a goalkeeper. And then I'd probably change all of our 11 apart from Jason Knight, to be honest. But yeah, I don't think he's good enough, mate. I think Leeds and Burnley will go up automatically. Leeds and Burnley. Jared, it's in the rules, mate. Basically, you get an additional 5 points if your manager draws against the team. 5 places. I think it's 5. Might be less, might be more. But you get additional points, basically, if your manager draws or wins against a team 5 places or higher than them in the league. That's how it works. Absolutely flacker. It's nothing like personal against O'Leary. A lot of the fans are unnecessarily harsh on him. I think factually he's not good enough. And I think if he wasn't an academy product, he probably wouldn't be at the club anymore. Yep, Gautam, absolutely. But then only 7% of the Arsenal's fans that do the predictions for Jump the Wave, Emma, only 7% have Saka starting. So cheers, Top 10 Travel. I appreciate that. Yep, please leave a like, rating and subscribe. If we get to 150 likes on the stream, I'll do some public team reviews. The way that works, I'll do 5 of them. You put your FPL ID in the chat and I'll have a look at your team. It's quite simple, really. And we'll do 5 of them when we hit 150 likes. And the way that it will work is I'll show the chat on screen. I'll put a message in the chat saying, I will do 5 team reviews from here. And then I'll let 5 people reply with their FPL IDs. I'll cut it off. No more IDs. And then we'll do 5 reviews. That's the way it'll work. So after I do the cut off message, I won't look at your team, basically. So there's no point putting your ID in the chat. I do that and people still put their ID in the chat. I'm not going to look at your team until after I send the message, and I won't look at it if it doesn't make the first 5. That's how it works. There you go. Claudette's got your back. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a little gift here, Claudette. There you go. Notion vids. I know you're doing that on purpose. Your FPL ID, mate. It's very easy to find, but you need to do it on a browser. That's the only thing. I don't know why it's shrunk like this. So basically, in your points, so you go on your team in a browser, go on points, and then in the URL, there's a number after the word entry, and that's your FPL ID. There we go. David, I am racking my brain over that one, and I'm going to go for Saliba because I don't know about you, mate. What in your mind, David? What do you think? Who do you think has the highest clean sheet odds out of Saliba and Guardiola? Who do you think has the highest clean sheet odds? For me, it's Saliba because I don't think Arsenal, even if they rotate defensively, I don't think the quality of their defense goes down all that much. And also, I've got 2 Crystal Palace attackers who I think have a chance against Man City of returning. I can't start Guardiola based on that, mate. That's my thinking. And yeah, there's all about spreading the risk. And then there's also just going with who you believe is more likely to keep a clean sheet. My pleasure, Claudette. You deserve that. There's by the way, by me making you a moderator means there's absolutely no pressure to join every stream and feel like it's a job. Just join the stream as you were before and feel free to moderate as you see fit. There's no like pressure or anything. No pressure. You can come and go as you please. It's not a don't feel like you've got a responsibility. What I do as a moderator, but you know what I mean. Sorry, I'm just talking to Matthew a minute. Sorry, bear with. Oh, Gunners Girl, you got your team here. Sorry, I was just checking some Twitter DMs then. We're back. No cursing. Oh, that's up to you. I mean, for me, you're allowed to swear in the chat. I don't really care. Brilliant. Much appreciated. No worries. Would you do Gordon to Murphy? Yeah, I'd consider that. I really would. I really would consider that. Would you bench boost a bench of Saliba, Guardiola, Sfideo, and Raya? I consider it, but I'd also suggest that bench could be better next week. Like I freaking love Bob Ross. What a legend. Morning, mate. Raya or Martinez? Probably go Raya, to be honest, mate. Double Arsenal defence in a rotated Arsenal team. Yeah, but how much are Arsenal realistically going to rotate? I think Ben White, Kivior, and Saliba will start. I just not too worried about Arsenal. And also, I just think Palace score. I really do think Palace score against Man City. Do you also think and I might be wrong, do you also think that the Man City, I don't know, it depends on your source of clean sheet odds, I suppose, David, but I also think that the Man City clean sheet odds are still inflated by the fact that they've been so good in years gone by. Do you know what I mean? I've just gone with my belief that I believe, personally, my opinion, I believe that Arsenal are more likely to keep a clean sheet. It's a horrible decision, isn't it, to leave with Guardiola? I think I've made my beds, made my decision, and I'm not going to think too much about it and just stick with it. My gut instinct is to start Saliba, even though Guardiola got 9 points on my bench last week. Do you know what I mean? That wasn't, I know I said some like sure harsh words. That's not me being harsh to you or anything. But yeah. Do you do team review on Insta, bro? We'll do team reviews by FPL IDs. So when we hit 150 likes, as my good mate Top 10 Travel said, I will put a message in the chat asking for people to send me their IDs, and then the first 5 FPL IDs that reply to that, I'll review the team. That's how we'll do the reviews. Real Madrid are the one team who could overturn a 3-0, so they will be taking no risks. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think Saka plays, but I don't see a reason why they rotate Saliba. What else we got? Guardiola was set to play left back. How did you come to that conclusion? That changes everything. That changes everything. If Guardiola plays left back, I'm starting him. Who said that? Where'd you get that from? For those who wildcard their team this week, how will you proceed? I would pretty much pick this, but I'd probably have Asensio in there instead of Saka. I would pretty much pick this team, to be honest. Am I over the part? I think so, mate. Is Kivy all good? That's an interesting comparison you've made there between Saliba and a former communist dictator. Interesting. Saliba. Yeah, I'd go Kivy. Why not? Claudette, yeah, the good old days of what do we call it? Cancelo. Cousinov's back, is he? God. Okay, well, that's a piece of news. You know what? That's changed it for me. So this is the reason why, right? Had they both played centre-back, then I think Saliba's the best option. But now I've just heard that Cousinov is back, well, potentially back. I think he's going to start, right? I think Pep really likes him. I think he's going to start. That sways it for me. I'm starting Guardiola. That's enough for me. Knowing that Guardiola's playing left back, that's enough for me. Oh, sorry, the chance that Guardiola plays left back is enough for me. Yeah, he's got some interesting historical pedigree, that guy. I won't go down that rabbit hole. Would you do Gordon to Murphy? Would you then take a hit for Foden to Palmer? I have no free hit. So we need a player for 34. I would do one of those moves and then just wait, I think. You don't need to take a hit to do it this week. His search history does need to be checked, let me tell you. Will you bench boost Martinez, Marmouche, double Fulham defence? No, I'd wait till next week. Thinking of switching Marmouche to Roger. Watkins? No, I wouldn't do that. Would not do that. I haven't seen a City leak. It was just what someone said. How do I do my FPL ID? You go on a browser. You have to do it on a browser. No, not on the app. You go on points, when you log in. And then next to the word entry in the URL, there is your ID. That's how it works. I'm going to put that as the pin message. How do we do that? There you go. We'll ping Claudette's message. Thank you, Claudette. I assume that is how you pronounce your name, by the way. How many likes are we on? I haven't checked. How many likes are we on? $135, nearly there. 15 more, and we'll do 5 team reviews from the public. Good morning, Harry's Army, my mate. I hope you're keeping well. Morning, Daniel. Here's the video of Kuzanov and his marriage. Fantastic. Well, that's definitive proof he has been married. Cheers, Nixie. I am the same team as you, but Martinez instead of Ariola. Good old nipple man. Benching headache galore. Certainly looks it, mate. I couldn't afford Martinez, so I had to go for nipple man. But I saw nipple man had Southampton at home, so yeah, we've gone for that. We've covered quite a lot of topics on this stream, haven't we? We've covered Ariolas. We've covered the hub. We've covered bums. It's been a strong stream this morning. And if you're just joining, welcome. Please leave a like rating on the stream if you're enjoying the chat so far. Bench Rogers or Marmouche? I'd bench Rogers, I think. Harry's Army, I've been ill too, my friend. I hope you're feeling better. I am now, thankfully, but I have been rough this week as well. I've had to soldier on because I've been so busy at work as well. It's been crazy. 150, we've done it. Right, we'll do 5 team reviews. Covered tools as well. Called that. Yeah, I am going to have to ban you from the chat in a minute as the moderator. Right. So anyone that's posting their FPL ID in the chat, right? Anyone that's posting it right now, you've forgotten what I said when I said I'd do team reviews. The way it works is we do 5 team reviews after my message. So I will pick 5 FPL IDs after I put this message in the chat. So if you put your ID in now, I'm not going to look at it. It's pointless, right? So I'm going to send this message. I'll pick 5. I'll send a cutoff. I'll say the last person who I will review, and then we'll do no more. Okay? And Claudette will get her ban hammer out, that's for sure, as well as other mods. Top 10 Travel, Nixie, they're all in here as well. Whoa! Holy moly. Everyone went crazy. Nixie is the last one. Did you see that? That was insane. And I reckon, ladies and gents, all of our teams are really similar at the moment, right? So even if your team doesn't get reviewed here, you will find a team that has a very similar decision to make as you, right? So here's what I'm looking at, just to make sure it is completely democratic. I'm just looking at the chat. This is factual, what I see in the chat. So I pick 5 teams, doing 5 team reviews from here. The next 5 messages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Nixie is the last one, as we've said here, right? As we've said here. That was insane, by the way. I guess we've got 331 people in here at the moment, which is mental. So I'm very grateful. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. So we're going to do 5 team reviews. I'm just going to pull up the hub. It's been an interesting stream, this, hasn't it? Who knew that the hub would be a good tool to use in fantasy football? I'm not condoning the use of the hub, by the way. I think it is one of the most damaging things that society has introduced in the last decade. Very damaging. It's bad for you. And also, the whole industry is really dirty. Not fantasy football, that is, of course. Anyway, we won't go into a rabbit hole anymore on that. So this is Abbas's team. And I think that's looking pretty strong. What would I do here? Still got Chris Wood. What's the latest? No one's interested in Chris Wood because they don't own him anymore. The latest on Chris Wood. You out. Bloody hell. I actually have no idea because no one's done a predicted lineup for Nottingham Forest. Is Chris Wood going to play? I think if it was me, I would start. If you think Chris Wood's going to play, start Chris Wood. If you don't, pick Robertson. And I would definitely pick Reece James over O'Brien. I would definitely pick Reece James over O'Brien. And then that would be my team. I think that would be my team. Hope that helps. Yo, I am Gucci. Let's go. I feel like I need to do a Shaka after that username. I don't know why, but I feel like when someone's got Gucci in their surname, that's how you reply to it. Okay, 3465507. Just loading. Still loading. We're going to have draft time going on the side as well. We're going to use draft time. 3465507. You need some Palace players in here, bro. I think I'd do Chris Wood to Mateta and Neto to Sarr. Chris Wood to Mateta, Neto to Sarr. That's what I'd do this week, mate. Julius. Van Heck of a team. That is a great name. That is a great name. Probably go with this team, you know. I really would consider using a transfer on Gordon to Murphy, though. I'd consider it. I'd consider doing Gordon to Murphy and then starting him over Saliba. Something to think about. James. Other than that, mate, it's a good team. 12059. Tesco McNeil deal. Some of these team names are great. It's the first time I've seen someone called Tesco McNeil deal. Same again, mate. I'd consider Gordon to Murphy and then starting him over either Rodgers or Savinio. But if I didn't do it, this is how I'd probably line up. I would consider starting Gordon over Savinio, though. Or Rodgers. So tough. So tough. Yeah, I'd consider doing Gordon to Murphy, though. And then Nixie's team. It's a good team. I think you leave it as it is. I think that's it. I'd captain Isak, though, over Murphy, by the way. I think I'd leave the team as it is. I think you have to keep Savinio benched, as painful as that is. I think that's a great team. Don't need to do anything there, Nixie. Go back to my team. That's 5 team reviews done. I would imagine if you put your ID in the chat and it didn't get looked at, you saw a team there that's similar enough to yours. Carl Brody, thank you, man. We will probably be finishing up in sort of 15, 20 minutes. But I appreciate you being here, man. How long have we been live? Nearly 2 hours already. Wow. Oh. I'm not sure I'd replace Son this week. Unless you're not tripled up on Palace or Newcastle. You defo play him. I think I'm sold on this team now, mate. I think I'm sold on this lineup. I think this is how we line up this week. Also, should I play Saliba? Who should be first on my bench out of Saliba and Saka? It's probably Saliba. He's more likely to start, isn't it? Let me know. Saliba or Saka first on my bench. What do you think? Would you start? Right, I think I would. It depends how many Arsenal defenders you've got in there, though, to be honest. Guardiola or Canate. The only thing with Guardiola, and it's a seed someone planted with me earlier on, is that Kuzanov's back for Man City after getting married. Which means that Guardiola could move back to left back. I pick Burn for minutes. Not a lot of standout differentials, though I do fancy Harvey Barnes. Fair enough. Based on your previous message, is that an FPL thing or a non-FPL thing? Because Harvey Barnes is an interesting one. I've not heard many. Don't know. I've not heard many ladies crushing on Harvey Barnes. To be fair, the spirographer Sonal Johnson. I actually really like Brennan Johnson. You know, although it's mad. I think Brennan Johnson is one of Tottenham's best players, and his minutes are not guaranteed. It's the same with it's the same with Maddison as well. I guess Kulusevski's just can take either of their spots, can he? I'm playing Saka and Saliba over Guardiola and Rodgers. I'm not sure I'd do that. Malin is a different. No. Has he done anything for Villa since he's joined them? I'm not sure he has. Good to see you, my friend Ben. I hope you're doing well. Mate. Yeah, but scored in the last game. I'm just not massive on him. Yeah, Ben. It's honestly, man. This week is such a headache. For me, I'm just trying not to think about it too much. I've gone with my gut on my decisions here, and there's just no yeah. You can't really deep it more than that, to be honest. Well, there we go. Nice one, Claudette. YouTube isn't working on my Wi-Fi. Got to use my... Okay. That's good knowledge, mate. I appreciate that. My predicted points on Fantasy Football Hub is 90.5. If you have a look at mine. I'll go back to my team. Using the hub once again. Wonder if Harvey Barnes is on the hub. I don't know why I said that. I've got 97, mate. So I don't know. I'm enjoying yeah, fair enough. I don't think Roger starts 50-50. Oh, mate, it's such a. My brain just doesn't know what to do. But you know, the more you think about it, the more you just go down a rabbit hole. Here's my thinking. Right, so there's two players that I was really unsure as to what I should do with, right? Guardiola and Rodgers. Those are the two I was really unsure. Kuzanov is back for Man City. I think he starts, which probably means Guardiola plays at left back. I found that out during the stream, and that completely swayed my decision. I was pretty close between him and Saliba. I thought Saliba had better clean sheet odds, and with them both playing at centre-back, that was enough for me to start Saliba. But now the seed was planted that Guardiola could play at left-back. I changed it. So Guardiola's in. Rodgers v Saka. I saw the likelihood of Saka to start on the jump the wave predictions. I'm sure you know how those work. But I think it's 20 Arsenal fans pick their starting lineup, and there's a percentage that pick Saka to start. 7% picked Saka to start. I don't think, is that possible from 20 fans? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Saka had a 7% chance to start. And I think Rodgers has more than a 7% chance to start. So I went with that. That 7% is one person, yes. I guess that's how it works, isn't it, to be fair? Because it's 6.6. Does that mean 6.6 recurring? Yeah, anyway. So yeah, one person out of 20 predicted Saka to start. I think that's right. I don't know. My maths is probably dead. Anyway, I think Rodgers has better than 7% likelihood to start. So for that reason, I'm going Rodgers and Guardiola. Nice one, Claudette. That's a fantastic score. Yeah, Nils, we can definitely look at your team, mate. You're a member. All you got to do, if you're a member, is ask, and I will look at your team. Unless we're halfway through the quiz, that might make it a bit difficult. But seeing as you're a lower member, my friend, I want to have a look. Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure Conser starts, mate. To be honest, and I just don't trust the Villa defence. What would I do with Nils' team? I wouldn't do anything, mate. I would start Rashford over. What would you guys do here? I don't think Rashford plays, and I don't think Saka plays. I don't know if Saliba plays, and I don't know if Conser plays. This is Draft Hound, by the way. So who would the chat start? I'm going to ask the chat for help. Who, chat, would you start out of Saka, Isak, and Saliba? What would you do here? My gut feel is start Saliba and go 4-4-2. No, 4-3-3, sorry. Captain Isak. I disagree with the draft time predicted points, and I'll go for Isak. Maths in the morning. Indeed. There's all sorts going on this stream. This is what you get for joining my stream. There's all sorts of chat going on, Claudette. All sorts of chat. Good. Bear with, guys. I'm a little bit warm now in my jumper. It's quite warm in the UK today, to be fair. Lovely and sunny. Let me take my jumper off. Won't reveal anything. Tuck my shirt in. There we go. Rish Rashford. I've seen a couple of Villa fans saying Watkins to start the Champions League game. Would you risk Rashford here? I personally think I'd start Saliba. Anyway, Isak and Saka. How is a new start Isak and Saka? A few people saying Isak. Why are people saying Isak? Currently on Saka and Saliba to start, as I have 3 Palace players. Coffee. I've had my coffee. Coffee's finished. I'm not going to tip the cup, but coffee's finished. Hey, I tell you what. FPL Tom did a. Hey, I'm not having any of this abuse. FPL Tom did a stream video in a vest, so he's opened up the door for old FPL flexing. It's incredible. Yeah, we've got 370 people on the stream at the moment. Incredible. I think you said Isak first. Did I? I'm confused. Anyway, how do you review my team? Well, we're done now, mate. We got 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes left of the stream. The vest was, yeah, I mean, he is the best man, isn't he, at the end of the day? No, I mean, why would anyone bench Isak? Cheers, Claudette. We're done with team review, Spirographer, mate. Luca Dean is a troll, indeed. Oh, mate, the quiz was long time gone. We have got QPR, which is a typical team that we slip up against, to be honest. Spirographer, mate. Stop spamming the chat. I've answered the question 3 times. No second round. We're going to finish the stream in a second, mate. We'll send you off to. We'll send you guys off to someone else when we finish as well. Let us know in the chat if you've got an idea of who we can raid. We've got 369 people in here at the moment, which is incredible. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. And if you're new around here, please leave a like rating. I'd really appreciate that. This is one of the highest views we've ever had on a stream. I'm going to unpin that message now. I think FPL Tom's raiding me, which is mega. Thank you, Tom. Who is your captain? Why Murphy? I don't... What? Murphy's not... I don't understand. You can see who my captain is. Lots of big sports this weekend. Yeah, I don't think I have any time other than football, to be honest, mate. I wish I could, but I think I've got too much FPL content to do. Day of Sofa Ryan. We love that, mate. Cheers, Claudette. I appreciate that. We're going to call it the Bum Hammer now. Palmer or Savinio? Paddy versus Chandler. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's an incredible fight. Who's going to win? I think who's going to win out of Paddy and Chandler? I don't know. Hopefully the F1 is a bit more exciting. Yeah, they need to change the cars, don't they? Thankfully we're getting that next season. I wonder who. Do the new rules have the cars getting smaller? Because F1 cars are just too big. They can't race each other on most of the tracks because they're too big. Thank you. Thank you for the good luck. Thoughts on Pope this week? Buyer's remorse. Don't mind Pope. Don't mind Pope. Tell you what. Now we're at 9. I'm going to switch screens. We can talk about things that aren't FPL if you want for the next sort of 5 minutes or so. Why not? Right, big ups, Feeler. Good luck to you too, Claudette. The Knights template. Good to see you, man. Channel 4 had the hardest job in F1 last week coming up with highlights. Yeah, I mean, the only highlight was Lando driving on the grass a little bit, wasn't it? You reckon Verstappen goes to Aston? Yeah, I think Red Bull have had it, to be honest, mate. They've had it. Tom's got a watch along at 12:30. Yeah, he does. He does indeed. I've got a new flatmate moving in at some point, so I need to sort that out. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. Son or Sar? Sar for me, mate. Got a double game week. Got to be Sar. Volk versus Diego Lopez. Huge. Strand Larson for me, mate. Best of luck to you too, Ben. Up the crumble indeed. Was Mourinho penalised? He was, yeah. I think he got a 3-match ban for it. It's quite funny. What a move to pull. Good old nose pinch. I thought it was really funny. Yeah, pulled off the old nose pinch, didn't he? Cheers, Andy. He seems like a nice dude. He's had a bit of a nightmare with his current landlord, though. He's had to block him because he's been really difficult with him moving out, which is a shame. Stephen, good to see you from Sydney, man. I'm unfortunately just about to wrap up this stream because I got a few things to do today. Yeah, I think Mourinho will return to the Prem before he retires. 100%. He's good crack, isn't he, old Jose? He's good crack. What do you think needs to happen for Man City to get? They need to get to the FA Cup final, mate. Simple. Need to get to the FA Cup final. Evening from Camelot. Good to see you, my friend. Where is Camelot then if it's the evening? I think is Camelot in Britain? Your landlord's... I'm sorry to hear that, Harry's Army. It was a hoot. We love that. Canberra. Fantastic. I would love to see him back in the Prem. I agree. Right, guys. I think we might wrap it up there. We're going to pick someone, though. We're going to pick someone to raid. I would look at doing Murphy to Gordon to Murphy. I would. Right, let's have a look-see. Who's live in the world of FPL right now? Who should we raid? Who should we? Who is live? Can I search specifically for live? There we go. I want to find some. Let's go and raid. Don't know who this is. I haven't come across this guy before. This looks like a pretty nice chilled stream, doesn't it? So FPL, is it pronounced Dennis or Denis? We'll find out. We'll find out. I will put a link in the chat. Go and have a chat to this dude. Seems like a very cool stream. Nice guy. Go and join in. Tell him I sent you. Leave a like rating on his stream. Subscribe to his channel, as I've just done. Let's do that, shall we? I've never been to a Bristol Cricket Club match, no. And I'm going to leave you there. There's a link. Go and join that stream. Keep him company. He'll appreciate that. I'll see you all later. Yeah, I'm going to go to the gym now and then welcome a new housemate, which should be quite cool. So yeah, I'll see you all later.